I've lived the ugly politics of the Republican Party. I regret some of those campaigns I was a part of. But I don't understand why Republicans who know better, Republicans with security clearances, who know how brutal Putin is, who know that he murders dissidents and poisons I don't know why Richard Burr and Rob Portman and people with brains and knowledge go along with it. I get the Republican base. I don't get why Republicans who know better go along with it.
Nicole Wallace in this very studio this afternoon. The state of the Republican Party under Donald Trump also comes in for a brutal analysis in a new piece in Rolling Stone written by Rick Wilson. It's titled The Traitors Among Us. The author, who joins us in just a moment, writes this: America is in the midst of a treason boom right now, and more than a few people in Trump's immediate orbit and Trump himself richly and actually deserve the title of traitor. As the impeachment hearings have worn on and as evidence of the complete moral collapse of the Republican Party has become more and more evident, it has become quite obvious there really are traitors among us. For his part, of course, here are a few examples of what the president considers treason.
This was a fake witch hunt, and it should never be allowed to happen to another president again. This was treason. This was high crimes.
The conversation was perfect, unless you heard the Adam Schiff version where he made up my conversation. He actually made it up. It should be criminal. It should be treasonous.
The whistleblower is a disgrace to our country. He should be sued, and maybe for treason. Maybe for treason.
Back with us, the aforementioned Rick Wilson, Republican strategist and author who is soon following up on his first book, Everything Trump Touches Dies, with his new work, Running Against the Devil, which is due out just next month. Rick, traitor and treason are tough words, as you well know. Make your case.
They are. Brian, the president started by devaluing these words, applying them to folks who had served our military, served our country, served our intelligence community for months and months before this. And I kept wondering to myself, where is the line that he'll not cross when it comes to accusing other people of treason? And then I looked at what's happening around him, or the people who enable him, the people who are supporting him, in the face of what is very obviously an ongoing intelligence warfare effort by Vladimir Putin that they have now embraced, and that all their running interference for Donald Trump is now part and parcel of that. They're using the talking points that come right out of Vladimir Putin's propaganda shops. And so I think the word treason, when it applies, you got to call it. And I think a lot of these people are betraying their country. They're betraying the oath they swore when they entered office. And they're betraying the values that made this country what it actually is. And part of that was recognizing when enemies are trying to interfere in our elections and our democracy. And I've called it. This article has had a terrible reaction with the MAGAs. They are really, really unhappy with it. So I think I've struck a pretty solid nerve. Given your personal history with the party and given all the thought time that goes into all the writing you do, give us the answer of how the GOP got here. They went from law and order, classically Russia-hating, Russia-despising party, to this kind of collection of public supplicants. How did this happen? They have abandoned, as I describe in the article, the complete moral collapse of the Republican Party has come because of and coincident to and caused by Donald Trump. And Trump's love of Russia, his love of Putin, his love of authoritarian strongmen is part of what they've done to adopt the Donald Trump as the God King of their party. They look at him as something beyond anything we could have imagined. They love him more than Lincoln. They love him more than Reagan. They love him more than any other Republican or any other president ever. And that cult-like devotion to Trump leads the elected members of the party to engage in behavior that shows that either their commitment to their principles was always a lie, or that they have the set of incentives they believe are going to affect their political fortunes going forward are Fox News, Donald Trump, and Vladimir Putin with a helping hand.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.